What is the scene, everybody? Good afternoon, good morning, good day, whatever time you're watching the video. What is the scene? Alright, 2014. Let's see what you can do now. Alright, so we're looking for repeats. We're looking to see how quick we could do it. So there we go. Number one. When that is divided by that, the remainder is, and in the last video, go back and watch. Just put the factor equal to 0. 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. X is a half, and that's the value you're substituting into the function. So pull up my calculator here. We're going to get 2 into a half, or you could just put in your 0.5 if you want to, if it makes life on the calculator a little easier. Cube plus 3 into 0.5 squared minus 2 into 0.5 plus 3. The answer is 3. C. The expression AB plus 3C minus 3B minus AC might be a repeat, might not. I'm still going to do it. AB plus 3C minus 3B minus AC. Remember I said rearrange it in such a way that the number comes after in both pairs. So I'll put the AB first, and I'll put the minus 3B here to get something in common, and then I'll put the minus AC first, and then I'll put the plus 3C to keep with the probably the format, if you want to say, of the first pair. B into A minus 3 minus C into A minus 3. A minus 3 into B minus C. A minus 3 to D. Which of the following best represents f of x is x into, alright, so I know this is going to be x into 1 minus x is x minus x squared. So on this is going to be a graph looking like this. So it's either u or u. I'm going to check and see where it cuts the x-axis, and I'll just put x into 1 minus x is equal to 0. I get x is equal to 0, 1 minus x is 0, and 1 is equal to x. So looking for 0 and 1. 0 and 1. So B is my answer. There's a repeat question. Calculate the first derivative. V dash x is 14x minus 42. At a maximum, put this equal to 0. 14x minus 42 is equal to 0. 14x is 42, and x is 42 over 14. If you're uncomfortable, or if you just want to make sure, 42 divided by 14 looking like 3. X is 3. So when x is 3, v of 3 is equal to, substitute 3 into the function, 7 into 3 squared minus 42 into 3 plus 72, 9. This is also a repeat question, by the way. The roots of the equation 5x squared plus 6x minus 2 is equal to 0. If you want and you have a calculator that can solve quadratics, you don't even have to go and use your discriminant. In the previous videos, I did use discriminant, but you don't have to. You can actually calculate the solutions. A is 5, B is 6, and C is minus 2. I get a real number here, and I get another real number here. So they are real and distinct. A. The range of values, this is another repeat question, but I will still go through the solutions for it. Remember, we have the case where this is now what? This is a maximum, a minimum point, a smiley face, and we want to know where it is less than 0, and it will be these two regions here. So it will be the union of the regions, and if I remember correctly, when I solve it, this was 2, and this was 5. So it will be the values less than 2 and the values greater than 5 will satisfy the inequality. So which is C. This is another repeat question. Plenty repeats, boy. 2013. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it's different. 2012. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it is definitely different, but a lot of repeats. Number 7 was 5 plus 6. Yeah, it is different, but a lot of repeats. the set of values of x for which that is greater than x minus 2, 3x plus 2 is greater than x minus 2, move it around, 3x minus x is greater than minus 2, 2x is greater than minus 4, and x will be greater than minus 2. X is greater than minus 2. Another repeat, go back in the previous video, you'll see for this functions question, the answer will be B. 3x minus 4, let me just double check. 3x minus 4, yep. Ha, this is a nice question. I think this question did come in one of the papers. I just double checking here. It's either it come in one of the papers or it looking familiar because I did it already. Actually, it did come in one of the papers. Number 9. Alright. Ordered pairs, two functions f and g, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 5, 3, 2, minus 7, minus 5. 7, 5, 3, 2, minus 7, minus 5. And it's 2012. Yes, 2012. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, a quarter, a half, 5, 3, a quarter, a half, 5, a third, and 2. Alright, so I'll still do the solutions for it, but yet another repeat. The value of g inverse f of 3. So from the table, f of 0 is 7. F of 1 is 5. F of 2 is 3, and so on. Which means if I go in backwards, f inverse of 7 is 0. F inverse of 5 is 1. F inverse of 3 is 2. Same thing for the next table with g of x. So f of 3 will be this column here. F of 3 is 2. So this is actually g inverse of 2. So I'm looking for 2 here, and g inverse of 2 will give me 5. Which of the following is a function? Just draw a vertical line. If it cuts once, it's a function. Palm shot cuts once, cuts twice, cuts all. Cuts all the time here for this vertical line test. Alright, so the answer is A. A function f of x is that where x is not equal to 1. The value of f inverse of minus 1 is, this again was another repeat question. I'll go through the procedure to find the inverse of the function again. So I'll let y equal to the function 1 over x plus 1. Interchange x and y. X is 1 over y plus 1. Cross multiply and solve for y. So x into y plus 1 is equal to 1. xy plus x is 1, xy is 1 minus x, and y is 1 minus x over x. This here is f inverse of x, and I want to know what f inverse of 1 is. 1 minus 1 over 1, which is 0. Let me just double check the paper from before. Okay, it's a little bit different. 2 over x minus 3, 1 over x plus 1. Right, so they actually mix it up. Alright, so same method, different numbers. That is equal to, so everything inside of the square root, well, that's not the square root, that is the nth root, n as in November. So I will raise everything, 3 by 2 to the m, 27 to the m to the power of n, 1 on n, sorry. So this is 3 by 3 to the power 3m by laws of indices to the power 1 over n, 3 to the power 1 plus 3m raised to the power 1 over n, multiply the powers, 1 plus 3m all over n, 3 to the power 1 plus 3m all over n. They just put the 3m first in this power here. Although it's very small to see, you'll have access to all of these past papers on the Google link. I will try to edit the description on all the videos so you'll have the Google link for the past papers and all the content we have. The values of x for which that is equal to 2. If I remember correctly, this was negative a half. So if I go back, the value of x for which this 4 to the power x plus 1 is equal to 2. 4 to the power x plus 1 is equal to 2 is negative a half. This was 2. Again, this is another repeat question. This is same procedure I will do for this one. I'll actually calculate what the value of that is. Okay. Right. root 5 minus 1. Now be careful when you're calculating these things, right? Put everything in bracket now. Root 5 minus 1 is that. Divided by, open bracket, 1 plus root 5, close bracket, equals, I'm storing that in A, 0.381966011. I'm going to write it down. 0.3819066, no, 66011. And I'm going to check all the others and see if it is the exact same thing as this. Now, this is a positive number, so we can actually check and see which one of these will give me a positive number. 3 minus root 5 is positive. Okay, let me just check and see now. Multiply by 1/3 is not the answer. 5 minus root 3 is going to be a negative number. 5 minus root 3 is going to be a negative number, so the answer has to be a half into 3 minus root 5. And you can double check it again. 3 minus root 5 multiplied by 0.5 is same exact thing. D. This is a quarter. This is another repeat question. Which of the following is not an arithmetic sequence? So let me check and see the common difference and see if the third term is actually the second term plus the common difference. So 2 minus 11 for part A, 2 minus 11 is minus 9. So 2 minus 9 supposed to give me 8. Doesn't work. So A is not a AP. B, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Add in 4. 12 and 4 is 16. Then 16 and 4 is 20. So B looking like our AP. I'm just going to double check the next two just to make sure, right? 51 to 45. Let me check and see. 45 minus 51 is 6 minus 6. So 51 minus 6 is 45. 45 minus 6, you can check it on a calculator. 45 minus 6 is 39, and then I minus 6, and I get 33. Oh, they want to know which one is not in arithmetic sequence. So this is in arithmetic, this is in arithmetic. Well, we already showed that the first one is not. Minus 7 minus 2 will give me minus 9. Minus 9 minus 2 is going to give me minus 11. Then minus 2 again. So the answer for this is A. A is not an AP. The sum of the odd integers between 10 and 50 is, this is yet another repeat question. This is another repeat as well. I think this one is 2500 over 3. Let's check. I think this was from 2012, the GP question. Yes, it was. 500, 283, and sum to infinity. 500, 280, 32, 32, 32. Sum to infinity, 25 over 300. Again, number 20, looking like a repeat question again from 2012. Yeah, 58 hours and 58 minutes and 12 seconds. The coordinate of the center of the circle with equation that is center of the circle. If the circle is in the form x minus a squared plus y minus b squared, then a comma b is the center. In this one here, it is x minus a, so a is 1. This here is not y minus b, but I could change it into y minus 3. This is y plus 3. I didn't change it, I just changed how it looked. And b in this case is minus 3. So 1 minus 3 is the center of the circle, A. This is yet another repeat question. The line through the points K2 and 6, 8 is parallel. The line through the points K2 and 6 is parallel to the equation 3x plus y is equal minus 21. 3x plus y minus 21 is 0. The value of k is 8. Yet another repeat question. The answer is 3, 4 and 4, 3. I think this was from 2013 as well. Yeah, number 23. Let's just make sure the equations are the exact same thing. And I mean, with my experience, I know that they are repeat questions, right? Because I did it so much times. When you get these things in an exam, please go through the working. Don't just take it for granted, because they could just change one number or one variable and the entire question will have a different answer, right? They will put all the same answers here, but they will change the question so that the answer will probably be B instead of being D for number 23. All right, so please check your answers, okay? So let's see. X plus y is equal to 7. X plus y is 7. X squared plus y squared is 25. X plus y squared is 25. The coordinates of A and B and the 1 points of intersection. The coordinates of, see in this one here, I put P and Q. The coordinates of P and Q respectively are, and they did want the points of intersection. So they did change something, but it wasn't any numerical change. It was just a variable or the name of a point change, which wouldn't change no calculations. Two vectors are equal if they have the same magnitude and different directions. No. If they have the same magnitude and the same direction, yeah. If they are parallel and in different directions, no. If they have different, no, they can't have different magnitudes. They have to have the same magnitude and they could be in the same direction for them to be equal. Given that OA is that and OB is that. All right, so this looking like a fairly newish question from what we have been doing so far. OA is minus 1725 and OB is 45. Now everybody would have learned this a little differently. I like to teach this as AB will be A something plus something B. So the first letter here goes here and the last letter goes here. The letter that goes here and here have to be the same thing, and in this case we have to use O. Now I don't have AO, I have OA. So this is the transition used every single time. AO is negative OA, and I do have OB all the time. So this could be negative minus 1725, and I'll distribute this minus sign on each of the terms inside, plus 4, 5. So this now becomes 17 plus 4, which is 21, and minus 25 plus 5, which is minus 20. 21 minus 20, answer is D. The position vector of the point P relative to an origin O is given as 5i plus 2j, and the position vector of Q relative to an origin O is given as minus 4i plus 10j. Which of the following is true? P and Q are parallel. From the get-go, I can see that they are not parallel because they cannot be expressed as a scalar multiple of each other. The acute angle between P and Q is 60. I don't know. I'll have to calculate it. P and Q are perpendicular and the acute angle. So I've seen angles in part B, C, and D. So I know it's my dot product I'm working with. And right now, P dot Q will be mod P, mod Q, cosine theta. I'm going to check what P dot Q is. If P dot Q is equal to 0, then they are perpendicular. So let's check and see. So I have 5, 2. And this is the easiest way to dot two vectors, right? Minus 4, 10, minus 4, 10. Multiply these two, I get minus 20. Multiply these two, I get 20, and add them. Easiest way to find a dot product. That is 0. Given that P dot Q is 0, they are perpendicular. So the answer is C. The exact value of this is given as, brother man, this one is an easy one to pull through. Pull it up on your calculator. Sine open bracket 150 close bracket divided by cosine open bracket 150 close bracket equals, that is a negative number, so it could either be A or C. So I'll just check C. C is just negative root 3. Negative root 3. Nah. Right, I just minus them, right? If I plus root 3, I'll get back my answer. And then 1 over root 3 is supposed to be 0.577. 1 divided by root 3 is 0.577. So the answer is A. The size of the angle missing in radians. So let me calculate it in degrees first. 110 plus 34 on 180 minus this. 36 degrees. 36 degrees in radians could be 36 multiplied by pi on 180, which is 36 on 180. Let me see what is 36 over 180, and I'm expressing it as a fraction using this in my calculator. 36 over 180, 1 over 5. 1 over 5 multiplied by pi. is pi over 5. Which of the following represents the graph of y is equal to sine 2x? All right, so a quick little thing here with your trigonometric graphs, right? Y is equal to sine of x. This is sine of 1x. Sine of 1x. This 1 represents how much revolutions the graph is making per period. So this is my graph. I'm making 1 revolution per period, and my period is 2 pi radians. Now, you might think if this here increases, then the graph itself will increase, or the x-axis will increase. That number just tells us how much revolutions we are completing in one period. So y is equal to sine 2x. I will complete 2 revolutions in one period. One period is always going to be 2 pi. So I'm going to go 2 revolutions in one period. So this here is 1 revolution, and then this here is another revolution. So which one looks like this here? Y is equal to sine 2x. All right, so let me write down, this is pi. So in this one here, sine 2x, this is going to be pi, this is going to be 2 pi, this is going to be pi on 2. So let me see which one looking like that. Pi is where it cuts it going up, coming down, and going up, coming down, and going up. None of these looking like sine 2x though. None of them. None of them. It passes through pi and goes to 2 pi. Nope. So it makes 1 revolution and pi. Let me see if it have anyone that makes 1 revolution and pi. None of them make 1 revolution and pi. This is interesting. Let me just check something here, right? Let me check out something here. Y is equal to sine 2x. Let me draw that. Y is equal to sine 2x. See if I'm making a boo-boo. See if I'm making a little boo-boo. So we have it in radians. All right, so I'm pulling it up here. Right. Hopefully you all can see this, right? Now, as you can see, the blue graph is y is equal to sine 2x. Starting at 0, so the only one that starts at 0 is part D. Goes up, goes down, cuts at pi on 2, which makes sense. Goes up to pi, but none of them, I don't see any of them satisfying this here. None of them. None of them. So this one here, looking like a little boo-boo, unless I'm missing something so clear. I'm not seeing any of these being sine of 2x. None of them. Alright, so we'll just leave it out for now. The smallest positive angle for theta between 0 and 2 pi, for which the equation that is positive is. So I'll just check all of these answers. I'm not gonna bother to solve this. I'm just gonna check all these answers. They did give me conditions. They want the smallest positive angle. All of these are positive. They want the angle between 0 and 2 pi. This is a third, 2/3, 1 and a third, 1 and 2/3. So all of these are between 0 and 2 pi. So I'll just check the smallest one and make my way up. Change my calculator to radians. 0, 1, 2 cosine theta, 2 cosine of pi on 3. Pi on 3 minus 1 is equal to that. 1 minus 1 is 0. So my first bracket is 0, so the whole thing is 0. Okay. For which the equation that is positive. What the equation? Wait. Now, I could be crazy. I could be overthinking a little bit, but let me read back what the question's saying, right? The smallest positive angle for 0 is less than or equal to theta is less than or equal to 2 pi. Cool. For which the equation is equal to 0 is positive. Best I say is equal to 0 is a letter. The answer is pi on 3. Pi on 3 satisfies the equation, right? It satisfies the equation. Interesting. This is a repeat. Sin x over, I think this is a repeat from last one. Sin x over 1 minus cos x, sin x over 1 minus cos x, plus sin x over 1 plus cos x, sin x over 1 plus cos x, 2 over sin x. 2 over sin x is an option. Now, it could be equal to something other than 2 over sin x, depending on how much working that you do. Alright, they just copy and paste number 34 straight into this paper here. This was also a repeat. 5 minus 2x to the power 5. I mean, I don't think it was. No, it wasn't. So let me tackle it here. Y is equal to 5 minus 2x to the power 5. To just what dy dx is the shortcut to the chain rule now, man. 5 into 5 minus 2x to the power 4, and I'll multiply by the differential of the brackets, which is minus 2. So this is gonna be minus 10 into 5 minus 2x to the power of 4. Minus 10, well, the only one that have minus 10 is a. This, however, is similar to a repeat. I think in the last paper, in the 2013, it was y is equal to sin x. Yes, it was. So they actually changed something, fellas and ladies. They changed something. All right. I know the differential of cosine x is sin x. So dy dx, sorry, minus sin x. And they want the gradient at pi on 6. So minus sine of pi on 6. My calculator still in radians. Minus sine, open bracket, pi on 6, close bracket, is negative a half. B is the answer. Bob is your uncle. Win again. The curve C is given by the equation that the values of x at which the stationary points occur are stationary points. Dy dx is equal to 0. Let me calculate dy dx. That is 2x cubed, so I get 6x squared minus 6x minus 12. That is dy dx at stationary points. That is equal to 0. I can go and solve this on my calculator. Now, if you don't know how to solve a quadratic as an AdMath student, something wrong. A is 6, B is minus 6, and C is minus 12. The answers are 2 and minus 1. 2 and minus 1. The answer is B. Given that y is equal to cos 2x, then dy dx, go back and watch my differentiation video. I did this very, very simply. Dy dx will be 2 sine 2x, and a power minus sign in front. Minus 2 sine 2x. See. This is a repeat. Number 39 is a repeat. And again, I custom with the repeats because I'm doing it so much. Just to double check, x squared plus 16 over x squared plus 16 over x, and I want the second derivative, which is 2 plus 32 on x cubed. 2 plus 32 on x cubed. Answer is B. This is another repeat. This answer for A was 5. This was a repeat, but I'll do it again because I think I made a couple mistakes in the integration, but I did correct myself in the end. So the integral of 2x minus 4 cubed dx, use the shortcut 2x minus 4 to the power 4 over 4 multiplied by the differential of the bracket, which is 2, plus k. So looking for denominator of 8 and a power of 4, denominator of 8 power of 4. The answer is C. Oh boy. Okay, this is actually a nice question. All right, for once they bring a nice question. And this concept here should have been taught. I don't know if it is on the syllabus still, but it should have been taught. All right, if x is equal to the integral between b and a of f of x dx, and a is less than c is less than b, then x is equal to the integral of one of these things here. Now, let me put this into perspective a little bit here, okay? I have a graph, and this is my graph. This is the graph for f of x. Now, I'm using this condition here. A is less than c, so a will be somewhere here, c will be somewhere here, and b going to be somewhere. I'm going to put b here, right? I'll go put a here, I'll put a here, right? Now, this integral will be the integral from here. I'm going to put b somewhere else, oh good lord. I'm going to put b a little bit inside, just so we could get a little feel for how the integration piece looks, right? So this here, that's x. But in the options, the break up x, including c. So if you think about it, x is this shaded region here, which is also the integral between c and a of f of x, plus the integral between b and c of f of x. This here, and I'll change the color so you all will see it, is including c now. So this first piece will be here, and the second piece will be just this little piece here, which is the exact same area. So let me see if one of these are options. It's 0, a and 0, b and 0, no. Between c and a, alright, so it's between c and a of f of x, c and a of f of x, so it could be this one here, or it could be b or c, plus b and c of f of x, so the answer is c. Alright, so I mean, I think the quality over here will be a little bit poorer because it is the paper. The paper itself is a little blurry when I took the pictures. I don't have a good copy of the paper. I hope you all understand that. If you all have any questions on this particular concept, leave it in the comments and I will probably, on the live, I'll do the video. The live will be the day before the exam. The region R is enclosed by the x-axis, alright? Alright, so they actually want us to calculate the area of this here. The x-axis, the lines 2 and 3, so 3 goes on top, 2 goes below, x squared plus 2x minus 1 dx. So we have some substitution to do over here. X cubed over 3, integrating, plus 2x squared over 2 minus x evaluated between 3 and 2. I'm going to substitute my limits. Well, u cancels with u. So I'll have 3 cubed over 3 plus 3 squared minus 3. Take away, and now I'll substitute my lower limit, which will be 2 plus 2 squared minus 2. Time to work this out on my handy dandy calculator. There's 3 to the power 2. This is 9. This first term here is 9. Okay? That is 27 on 3, which is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 minus 3 is 15. So my first bracket is 15. So we know it's 15. My next one now, I'm going to plug it in because we go start to deal with fractions. That is 8 over 3 plus 4, take away 2, and it was 15 take away 4 and 2/3. So 15 take away 4 and 2/3, 10 and a third. 10 and a third is, if you're still unsure, 31 over 3. Answer is B. Alright, so this one is kind of similar to this one here. Kind of way. So we have the integral between 3 and 1. So we're doing it up here. The integral between 3 and 1 of f of x dx is equal to 5. So I want to know what the integral between 3 and 1 of 2 f of x dx plus 3 is. By the laws of integration, I can pull this 2 on the outside here. So that 2, when that 2 comes on the outside here, this here is 5. So I get 2 into 5 plus 3, which is 13. And the last one, for this, I just always write it down. If y sine x, dy dx is cosine x. And if y is cosine x, dy dx is minus sine of x. So the integral of cos is sine, and the integral of sine is negative cos. So I want the integral of sine, so I'm looking for a negative cosine, which is here, here, and here, minus cosine, the integral of cosine. The integral of cosine is sine. So it's minus sine. So I'm looking for a minus sine as well here. Good to go. Bob's your uncle. The answer is D. Yeah, and that's it. So leave a like, comment, hit a subscribe if it's the first time you come in here, and I will see you guys for 2015. And for the live, I'm going to try and rattle off as much past papers as I can to facilitate you guys. Right? So share it up with your family, your auntie, your uncle, your nana, your cousin, everybody. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.